Okay, I'm gonna pause the music now. Sorry guys for the super late intro music. Apparently, fumbling for it, couldn't find it, and ta-da! We were live. Anyway, I'm Denise. Welcome to Ouch My Money. Today we're going to talk about something that is really interesting, but maybe a little bit out of my depth. Luckily, I have friends who can help me. Let's see who's the first friend. Aha,
Oh,
Chunho.
hi.
Good friend to help me.
Cheers.
Good friend. Cheers. I'm
Cheers,
buying
cheers.
water. I was going to say why my face looks so big on screen. Then I realized it's just
Hey, by the
my
way, I just
face.
saw the music very soft.
Oh yeah, because I pressed and then after that my phone usually is on very soft mode, so I just then I try to make it
Okay.
louder. But then
Hmm.
yeah, my husband has many things to comment. Say cannot too loud because the last time I played it was too loud and then he blasted into his ears because he was wearing.
Ask him to lower his volume lah.
It's manual, it's eye power. He say he will look at me, lower your volume, then I will lower my volume. Let's find out. Hello.
He said me, it's very soft.
Can hear. We can hear you. He's not very soft, he's okay.
Oh. Wait, let me adjust my.
Huh? What?
You look very soft.
What? You sound very soft, or you look very soft, or you are very soft? Which one is it? There's different
Very
meanings.
Do I
You
sound
talk
very
about
soft?
who?
No. I for me, yeah, okay. For me, you sound okay. Okay, that's great.
Yay!
Hello,
Hello.
Rachel.
You guys are having the soft conversation.
No, that's why I asked. It does. What? Now you sound very soft.
Who?
Douglas, he's trying to whisper something. But we are alive, Douglas. You know, right? Whispering doesn't actually help. Oh my god.
Just for you guys to hear and not for
Ah.
the audience.
Oh, I see. I don't know how that works nowadays with the technology, but maybe I don't know. We will talk about that another day. We need to put Douglas off today. Okay. Anyway, yes, as I was saying that today's topic is interesting, very interesting, but it's a little bit on my depth. So luckily, I have three friends here who can help me. Somebody actually, because one of our viewers, I don't know whether he's on already. Let's check. Is he on? I must say his name if he's on. He supports us. Okay, so anyway, one of our viewers, you will know him as YC. He actually posed this question for our discussion today. What will money look like in 30 years? I believe that was the question, right? What will money look like in 30 years? Or what will money be like in 30 years? Yes. Okay, Chunho, you want to go first? Chunho thinks it's going
Wait,
to realize. Wait,
I'm just so annoyed with the sound.
what sound?
Okay, now it's better. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, sounds so much better now. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we have an audience who actually asked us what will money be like in
Yeah.
30 years.
The audience
Initially,
is
his
here. Hi,
question,
Yuan.
yeah, but initially, he was asking, what will my money be looking like in 30 years? I think that's a more interesting topic to talk about. His
Yeah,
money,
let's
I
talk about
can,
his money. Show us your
yeah, we can always talk
portfolio.
about his, yeah, we can talk about his money, what you're doing now, what you're doing, and we can ask a lot of questions, and then we can determine how his money is going to look like. But anyway, he corrected himself and said that what money will look like in 30 years. Well, I don't know what exactly he means by money, but money will still be money. Money is just a concept. Money is just an idea. Money is just a medium of exchange. Money will be always there. It will not look anything else. It's just that the form that it is like may be different. Okay, in I don't know how many hundred years ago it was in physical form that is non paper, is some kind of, I don't know. At some point, some people are using salt as salary. They're paying people in salt. They're paying people in physical food. uh,
Butter.
some point they're
It was
using.
buttering, right? You were basically buttering.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, in I think in the Romans time, you know, the word salary came from salt.
Oh,
They are paid in salt.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah, because at some point salt was such a highly
Valuable,
uh,
highly sought after,
coveted.
the
valuable.
Salt and
Yeah.
sugar, I
commodities.
think these two.
Yeah, so people are paying salt, and then I mean the medium of exchange. At some point, they were using nuggets of gold, nuggets of silver, or even at some points we're using shellfish and other stuff in physical stuff. That eventually, when paper was invented, it eventually it came in the form of paper because it's easy to carry. So then we have paper money, but going forward paper money you can lose it and drop it and then somebody have it and that's it. So but going forward it is going to come in the form of digital money. So I will see that going forward in 30 years I don't know whether the whole world be the money will be digital for the whole world, but it could still be a hybrid of paper and digital. Or if we are moving fast enough, you'll totally be digital because almost everybody has a mobile phone, and a mobile phone will act like a digital wallet and then just can store money in there, store the digital form of money in there. So that's how I view money will look like digital. And if money is digital, everything likely will go digital together with it. So a lot of transactions is going to go digital because if money becomes digital, all transactions is going to go digital. Um, most people is going to transact through the things that they have most of the time, which is their mobile phone. Actually, it's not the mobile phone because the mobile phone have to hold something that will do the transaction of money, which is a digital wallet. Okay, so the key thing that most people will have in their mobile phone will be their digital wallet. Even if you don't have a mobile phone, you have another mobile device or you have a laptop, whatever, it is going to have a digital wallet. You need a form to hold your digital assets. That's the thing. Because even if you have a bank account and everything, the bank account, in order to allow you to do the digital transactions, they're going to open a digital wallet for you. Okay, even
So this
PayNow
is,
is a
but this is assuming that we are still living within the same model of the world that we know today. And that's assuming that that mobile phones in the form that we know still exist in 30 years. So you see the thing is when was the mobile phone introduced? Less than 20 years ago, right?
2007. No, more than that. Okay, the smartphone
Yeah,
was
the
in
smartphone is
2007. But before that, we don't have mobile phone in 1994.
yeah, okay, so those were the huge breaks. Okay, so
But those
it's
are mobile phones.
yeah, okay. So in the last 25 years, technology has evolved such that we have devices today that are almost as powerful as computers in our hand. Okay, and if technology is going to accelerate at the rate that it has been going, in the next 15 years, mobile phones actually are going to disappear. Okay, they're going to be
It,
integrated into something else.
it can.
Okay,
I think mobile
that's what I
phones,
believe.
I wouldn't say, okay, there's a lot of things that's going on. It can happen in many, many ways. But I don't know whether in 30 years it will totally happen. But within these 30 years, it's going to change. And the phone that we see now, that we still need a communication device.
Yes, we
Whether
need
it
a
is
communication device, which is different
how
from a phone.
that, yeah, well, it still can be called a phone. A communication device is basically a phone. It's a mobile communication device, which is still a phone. They may call it a different name because it may not be in this bulk. Well, now we call it slim and not as
Yeah,
bulky as last
this
time.
might be the
But
break, and
by
this might be the
by
break
in
30 years
in
from
10
now.
years later, it could be different from this. If you look at a lot of sci-fi show, it is just a piece of acrylic plastic or perplex whatever. It's just
Or a
transparent though,
contact lens in the eye.
Or embedded in
or
the
contact
hair.
lens,
Yeah.
or a
Embedded
form of
brain.
glasses or whatever. And yeah, Denise, you're right. It could be a chip in your brain, or it can be a chip on your hand. Whatever it is, they are really testing all this chip implant, connected neurally and all this stuff. So it could, but then you may want to see the person if you have watched what do they call that, Blade Runner. If you have watched Blade Runner, they'll just tap something and then the hologram comes out and then you just communicate to the hologram. So things like that. So we don't know where it's going to go, but I don't have the imagination. I'm not going to say that it's going to exactly be by what is going to be on TV, but we will still need a communication device because I don't think teleportation is going to happen so soon. So we can't just go somewhere else and talk to somebody and then pop back in instantly. So we will still need a communication device because we can't move across the globe within seconds. So the best way to communicate is still through a communication device. And how it looks like, it could be a little bit different, but it could still be a phone, but the phone could look very different. It could be so slim and it could be some chip in your hand. I really don't know, but there's 30 years to go, but whatever it is, if it's going that way, that communication device is in that whatever format, money is going to exist somehow in that realm as well, in that format that's in there, because it's the best way to house money. It's easily transportable, and then there's a way to lock it and secure it, because that chip system is the best way to secure your money. Otherwise, you lose your wallet, you lose your wallet. I mean, the physical wallet, you lose it. But if it's housed in there, you can retrieve it as long as it's backed.
You can lose the chip too.
Yes, you can lose the chip too. But the thing is that you can lock it with a password and all those stuff. And then if it's secured and it's backed by a financial institute, somebody stole it, you report that it's stole, you can get back the money. The problem with current cryptocurrency is that it's not backed by financial institutions. You lose it, they don't pay you back. Or it's not backed by government, so the government don't support and give you back. But
no, now you lose money, government also not going to give you back. You lose your cash.
No.
I lost a
No.
Oh, now the banks actually cover up to 50K. Yeah.
Yeah, the banks will, because if you put in the banks, financial institute, is because the government is backing it. The banks,
if you lose a stack of cash.
Physical one, don't talk about it. Okay, you lose anything physical, too bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so everything is going to go that way in form of digital thing. But so what I'm saying is a lot of things are going to be digitalized, and if money will be digital, what else is going to be digital? Okay, and if you look at currently what's happening with the pandemic, a lot of people are actually stuck at home, working from home. And the people found that, look, I don't have to be physically in the office. I can work from home. I can just, as long as I have a PC, I have a handphone, and I can communicate, which is the most important thing, is to be able to communicate and talk to people instantly, and if needed, to see the person and then share files and all those stuff. Technology has improved so much. These are easily done now. So with that, people realize they can actually do a lot of stuff at home. And it's not just the existing company they're working for. And then people realize that, hey, I also can use my PC. With that, I can also create something out of it. People started creating courses, online courses, started creating YouTube, started creating blogs, started creating a lot of stuff. I mean, they're actually video producer that is actually a digital nomad. They move from place to place. They don't have to physically be at the same spot. They can edit a video and send back to them and then do all the stuff. There's things like that that's going on. And a lot of freelancers realize that they don't have to be stuck in the city. They can be a nomad, move from city to city, experience different lifestyles. And some people in the States in the States it's big enough. They are actually living off their RVs or caravans and stuff. Their homes is in there. They can roam around and go to places. So everything is going to be digital. And if that's the case, what else? What else can't be done with your communication device, including earning an income? And more and more people in the States, and there's a phenomenon that's going on in the States. If you haven't been following what's happening, it's called the after they all, this is strange. The US like to call something the great something, the great something, the great. In the 30s they call the Great Depressions. Then the recent financial crisis called the Great Recessions. Now recently they call something that has been going on the Great Resignation, because people are quitting their job.
Wow, so big a
Okay,
font.
That's the standard size. I can't control unless we type a few more
I
words.
know,
Then
I
it
know.
becomes
Okay.
smaller.
It's like the great
Yeah, so this is what is
resignation.
happening. Just context on that. Just a context on that.
Yeah, what's happening exactly?
What's happening? Early in the year early this year when the vaccine was approved for emergency use in the States, people are starting to get vaccinated, and then by sometime in April or May, the vaccination rate in the States and UK were actually rather high, and so and the infection rate of COVID actually came down. That was before Delta virus went to the US. The COVID cases kept coming down, and then the US started to reopen. Same for the UK, they started to reopen, and then businesses start to reopen, and they start to rehire people, and restaurants started to open up. But what they found out with the businesses what they found out is that they had difficulty hiring people. People are not coming back to work. Some people who are working from home are so comfortable, okay, they're not coming back to work. So eventually they thought maybe the hourly rate wasn't high enough. So they started to raise the hourly rate slowly and slowly. But they are still not getting people. So eventually they managed to get more people coming in, but people are quitting very fast. So they work halfway, they're not happy with whatever they're doing, they leave their job. And they can be in the middle of shift, especially those shift workers or people waiting the waiting staff in the middle of shift. They just say, "I'm not going to take this bullshit anymore." They can just leave because they know that there's plenty of jobs out there and there's not enough labor. They can leave a job and there'll be another job waiting for them. Employers are desperate for employees, and they cannot get enough. And I've actually read about stories that some employers who previously went through resumes, and then they saw, and this is like resumes from a year ago, and they ran through resumes and they thought this resume is not good, I'm not going to hire this person, and then ditch the resume. And now they're so desperate they even go and dig back all the resume and then look for all those things that they ditched, and then call people back and say, "Hey, you want to come and work for?" They actually are doing that because they're so desperate for workers. There's not enough workers to go around even if people come back, and if there's not enough benefits, not enough work-life balance, they're going to quit. So that's why this phenomenon is happening in the States. Now, the reason we are not seeing this part of the world yet is because in Asia, we have not fully reopened yet. The US attempted to reopen, and they're seeing this. UK, I haven't read much about this happening in the UK, but the Europe is opening up as well. But now, of course, with Delta, they're shutting down back again. But eventually, Singapore is going to reopen. Okay, and when Singapore reopen, whether we can get enough people to go back to the office and whether we can get people to start working again, it's a big question mark, because people may be working remotely at home. People are so comfortable at home. Will they actually want to go back to the office? I'm actually very comfortable, lazing around at home, doing stuff from home. Is that comfortable? No, I don't know what about all you guys are, but
There's only one
nothing.
employee here. What?
Huh? Yeah.
There's only one employee here.
Well, I mean, you guys, whatever you're doing, I mean, do you still want to go back to an office to do it? You have a laptop, you have a mobile phone, you have this, you can do most stuff. I mean, if you need to meet people and have an interview, you can just meet up and have an interview, but you don't have to have an office and be stuck in the office doing whatever stuff. So with that, what else can you do with just whatever that you really have at home? I think Douglas have some ideas in that. And before Douglas, you go, there's something that's going on in the States. People actually thought that some companies and some retail business are going to do well, but there's a retail business that's in the States called Best Buy. I think you have heard of Best Buy. They are doing a roaring business because they initially thought once the economy reopened, people are going to go back to the office. So people's demand for whatever equipment that they're going to have at home is not going to be high anymore. But instead, it's different because not enough people are going back to the office to work. People continue to buy equipment for their home office. So Best Buy is doing a roaring business now. So I think going forward, people are going to continue to upgrade things at home because I think people want at least a hybrid form of work, if not remote working. And people are just going to rely on anything that they can do off their PCs, they will do it.
That's I'm curious though. That's what you mentioned in US. It's happening in US. Will that be something that's happening in Singapore also?
Well, I
I'm
don't
actually
know. I
very
really don't know,
curious.
but I'm comfortable enough to be at home doing all this stuff that I'm not going back to the office. I mean, okay, I don't think we need an office.
Really?
I
Okay.
don't think we need an office to.
Yeah, but I'm very curious because in Singapore the current sentiment in the job market is there is everybody's very scared of losing their jobs. You get what I mean? At least that's for Singapore lah. So I don't know, like America, would the same thing happen in Singapore? At this point I don't think it's likely.
I think people are afraid. Fear comes from unknown.
As in they're
Okay,
afraid of losing their jobs, yeah.
yeah, so they're afraid of losing their job, not because they don't. Okay, I feel, and I could be wrong, that they are not afraid of losing their job because they love their job, but
Mm-hmm.
if they lose their job, they don't have an alternative.
Yeah, correct. So
So
that's why I
if
don't think that this great resignation is going to happen in Singapore because
no, so you see, the thing is, if people are staying in their jobs not because they love their jobs, but because they don't have an alternative, then it also means that once they
Douglas,
can
wait, when you say alternative, it's not
altern
alternative job, alternative source of income. As long as you have
yeah,
an
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
alternative
Let me
source of
finish.
income,
Let me finish. An yeah. Okay, now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so it boils down to choice. Okay, people are not afraid to lose their jobs because they're choosing their jobs, but because they don't have another choice. Okay, another choice to do something that will replace or generate the income that they need. Okay, so that's not clear for a lot of people, especially in Singapore, because we've not been trained. A lot of people have not been, besides doing their job, have not been trained to think out of that box. Okay, so the thing is, if an alternative, if they know that there's another way to generate income, okay, that they don't have to stay in their job, then what will they choose? And that's a more interesting conversation.
Yes, correct. That one is always on the cards. But the thing is, if after 2 years of working from home, they still have not found an alternative, they are not going to find an alternative now. You get what I'm trying to say now? That
Uh,
means that means how should I put it now? If after 2 years of working from home, I would assume a lot of people, those with kids aside, those with kids that have nobody else to take care of aside, um, they most others will actually have a lot of spare time that save from let's say traveling, etc. etc. So a lot of people actually don't want to go back to the office anymore already because it has been proven after 2 years that we are just as efficient working from home, right? And it saves a lot of time. But there are some who are, how should I put it, within these 2 years, if they have not made use of that additional time and resources that they have to build an alternative stream of income, then I foresee that it is unlikely they are going to be doing that.
Okay, so I will disagree because
Mm.
we will only find things if we are looking for them. Okay,
Correct. So what I mean is, these
and
people are
if
not
they,
looking for it.
okay, just because they haven't been looking for it the last 2 years doesn't mean that they will not look for it after this.
Because if they have to work from the office, they decide to quit, is it?
Yeah, correct. See, so the thing is
Okay, I
that they
get what
may
I mean.
have in urgency, and the thing is, and the thing is, even if they don't start thinking about it, okay, things are not going to stay the same. Okay, number one, okay, they may be compelled to go back to the office because some businesses require that for whatever reason, okay, past practices, and thinking that they can go back to the pre-COVID world. But the thing is, the reality is that the world is changing and the world is shifting in many, many ways. Even before COVID, like Chuno was talking about earlier, the role of technology. Okay, so technology has been displacing people for a very long time. Okay, when factories were automated, they displaced the factory workers. Okay, and increasingly, as more and more things got automated, more and more people got displaced. Okay, so and the thing is, even before COVID, okay, you look at how technology has become so prevalent. Okay, a lot of jobs are starting to disappear. Okay, and now that businesses and something that happened during COVID also is that businesses realize, besides having people to work who can work remotely, that they can also automate a lot of things with technology. And if people are working from home, it also means that they don't need to hire people within a certain geographical space. Okay, which means they have access because you can work from anywhere, anyway. Okay, so the environment is changing. Okay, the environment is changing, and that was so pre-COVID, we had businesses who were going the automation route, and people were getting displaced. Okay, now with the Great Resignation, we have people who find that they have choice to do other things to be able to generate income. For example, they don't need to work for the local company. They can freelance for a remote company, an overseas company, and or by being a freelancer, they can provide services, their expertise to a far bigger group of people who will collectively pay them more than being hired by a local company. Now, businesses who have not automated to replace humans are stuck because they don't have humans. They don't have humans and they don't have automation. Okay, so on one hand, you have business automating and displacing humans. Okay, then on the other hand, you have humans, okay, who are leaving the businesses who have not automated. Okay, who are now forced to automate. Okay, so there is two sides, there is push and pull going on. Okay, but the future I see. So I was thinking about this. So if people are autonomous and businesses are using technology, okay, to do work, can we also as individuals use technology to leverage to get a lot more done? And the answer is yes. Like recently, I hired 100 staff.
Voice actors.
I hired 100 voice actors, okay, to who will be able to immediately, okay, with very little training, will be able to immediately help me generate income, okay, for as voice actors doing voiceovers and all that. Okay, and they don't cost me a lot because they're robots. They're robots and technology, they're just pieces of software. Okay, and I can do that even if I was a voice actor. I don't need to on my own do that anymore. I can just get a whole bunch to do that for me, and I can do that as an individual. I don't even need to have a lot of massive resources behind me. So the future I see is more and more people will leverage on technology to earn an income for them.
So okay,
Yeah.
Douglas, just to add on, yeah, actually utilize the voice actor. Take a little bit of getting used to, but actually you stay tuned, you eventually will get to hear it. But after
Really?
using it,
Wow.
yeah, after using it for a while, I started to realize where a lot of these voice actors, these robotic voice actors are. There are days when I go and visit my father, and then he's watching YouTube, watching videos, and he said, I can after a while I can distinguish that, hey, this is a voice actor. This is not a physical person talking. It's a voice, and actually done very
That's
well
quite
because
obvious, isn't it?
no, it's not.
It's not at all.
I see
Some
a lot of
some
TikTok
of
videos, they have it, you know.
No, so
No,
there are bad, like humans. There are bad actors and there are good actors.
yeah. So the person that is using the technology. I mean, you have the voice, but you need to. There are techniques to make it sound like they are normal human. You need to give them places to pause regularly, like you are speaking, because we need to breathe. But the robots don't need to breathe. So you need to, if you write something long sentence, they will just go one shot without breathing. It's like
This
that
is
doesn't
a
sound
long
correct.
sentence because
Yeah.
That's not realistic also, ma.
No,
And
That's
we
why
need
he's an
to,
actor, lor.
yeah. That's
they
why
can be
we need to put in the pauses for them to pause where needed, as
for
if
now.
as
For now,
for
for
now.
now.
But eventually, you can use machine learning to learn how
Yeah.
humans breathe
Because
and talk, and put where the emphasis is. They will learn.
the machines will learn, the software will learn. Okay, and
Yes, you look
that's
at
where AI comes in.
you look at Alexa, and Alexa, which is from Amazon, Siri from Apple, Google Assistant from Google.
Google.
All of them, they are they are voicing, they talk a little bit closer to human because they have learned, and they are AI because they have AI machine learning, that they learn to speak like human because they realize that humans is to breathe, and that pausing is to breathe. And if you don't breathe, it just sounds weird to human beings.
Yeah. So anyway, this is just one aspect of technology. Okay, and this aspect of technology which involves AI, okay, creates gives technology the capacity to self-learn. Okay, and the thing is going to is accelerating. Okay, eventually we will have autonomous vehicles, and what does that displace? Drivers. Okay, we're going to have drones that will do logistics and transport and all that, so that's going to displace a lot of humans. Okay, we already have automated kiosks for fast food restaurants, and that displaces a different group of humans. Okay, on the higher end, okay, there's this company that's called what's that robotics company? Chun Ho,
Boston Dynamics, is it?
Boston Dynamics. Okay, recently did a demonstration. Okay, of they have a two-legged, 1.5 meter tall humanoid-like robot. Okay, can do that can do flips and all that. Okay, very agile. Okay, so that's
Oh,
on.
their walking and their movement is very human-like. It's a little bit scary. So the first thing I
Yeah,
came to think about is that shit.
yeah.
This
So
looks like the future of Terminator, especially
if
with
they
Starlink already deployed. Oh no, Skynet. Starlink is Skynet, and then the Boston Dynamics is going to be, oh no, getting integrated. We are going there. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, so I was also just thinking, right? If that robot, if I meet that robot on the street and he starts chasing me, I will cry. I'll kneel down and cry because I cannot outrun the robot.
Yeah, you cannot outrun. You need to breathe. You need to rest. The robot doesn't need to.
And the other thing is Tesla is also building a robot. Because Tesla, I don't know whether you read the news. Tesla recently just say they are investing in AI. Their Tesla cars and so much data about electric vehicles with batteries and all those stuff. Robot, and you know the Tesla vehicles, because it's putting autonomous driving in there, and they have a lot of sensing and all those stuff to do the autonomous driving. And what else? And because through that they also learn on its own all sorts of AI. Those technology that Tesla has actually built over the years eventually can be used to build an autonomous human being, because it will not only learn to speak, it will also learn to sense, and it will also learn to do all sorts of stuff. So it is actually going the direction, and it will do is there's artificial intelligence in there. And I also read another article that all the five senses that we have, okay, is already possible to be built into robots by five different companies.
Yeah, but you see the thing, okay. So the thing I want to add to that, right, is we tend to put a human like frame into what we consider a robot. Okay, but the thing is, the robots need to exist in that form that we imagine, because robots
No,
robots anything that can perform a task. Okay, and they don't need to. And actually, I don't know. I really don't understand, because robots don't need to taste, taste, smell,
Eat
or
shit.
eat shit. No, eat or shit, not eat shit.
If you're going to
Oh
make a
yeah, that's what I
robot
meant.
that's
Eat
like a
off shit.
human, it's
So
shit.
so the thing is, to a lot. Okay, in a lot of ways. Okay, there are already a lot of robots in our midst. Okay,
Yeah.
especially in the form of software. Okay, you have robots that does trading. Okay, you have robots that are able
House
to
cleaning.
automate things. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about it. You can do
Yeah, that
there are
one is a
robots,
robot actually, right?
yeah, robots that do cleaning, robots that can cook, robots that can help you press your clothes. Okay, the only robot that I don't know exists is the one that cleans the toilet.
there
You
is.
need
Is
one
there?
to clean the toilet.
There is. There's all
Is
There
there?
sorts of
is?
robots. It's just that it's probably not very well known.
Maybe it's very expensive
So
because it will be waterproof
yeah,
and all that. Also.
basically they're not even working at the moment. People are not working on robotic toilets or toilets that can clean itself. They want to make toilets that doesn't need to use water. So that is the
Hmm.
new the way going, because toilet is wasting a lot of water. So I mean, Bill Gates is working on a new form of toilet that doesn't use water, and then it can just clear itself and other stuff. Okay, that is a different thing. We can talk
Yeah.
about
So
toilet next
anyway,
time.
anyway, back to the what I was talking about is that humans ability to generate income, okay, in the coming near future is going to very much depend on how much access they have to technology that will enable them to do that. Okay, even as Chunho was talking about the side hustles that people can get involved in to generate alternative sources of income besides being in a job. Okay, a lot of it can be systemized and automated. Okay, that then allows them to scale. Okay, and if they are able to scale, what happens is their income also multiplies.
Hmm.
So in the future, what I see is there's going to be a bunch of people who have access to workers who are technology, which is technology, and those who do not. And if you do not, then you stay as workers. Okay, you stay workers using that means using your own hands and energy and body to do the work. Okay, and then the second group of people who have access to and leverage on technology, so we can't run away from it. Okay, and as this form grows, earlier Chuno was talking about money. Okay, so money is an idea, right? Money is just an idea, okay, for exchange. Okay, so money as an idea for exchange won't change. What will change is the form, which is the form of cash that we know. Okay, cash existed as the cash that we know today. Okay, it's going to change form. Okay, and then we talk about the currency which is going to be exchanged. Okay, it could be resources, it could be talents, it could be skills, it could be exchange of services. So that then becomes currency that can be changed. Okay, so money in the form of cash may not have one form, but many forms. We may even buy time. Okay, currency may even be in the form of time,
Or your blood.
or your blood,
Or your organs.
or your organs, or everything else in between. Because the thing is, okay, we cannot use the reality that we know today and project that into the future that's going to stay the same, because I believe it's not going to be the same. Okay, and technology has become so pervasive. Okay, we may eventually also be integrated with technology. We actually have already a lot of technology in us. okay, in more ways than we think, okay, and that's going to increase as we are able to, like when people have heart problems, then they implant things and all that. Okay, so it's all technology right now.
Pacemaker, yeah.
Pacemaker,
Pacemaker.
okay, or everything else in between.
Hearing aid is, well, we use hearing aid, but it's not like stuck there, but no, in future it may be stuck there.
Yeah,
And
it could be just a device that's implanted, okay, that gives you the ability to hear, to see, to everything else in between. We already have technology that helps us mend our bones, sustain our
yeah,
Yeah, but
whatever.
it will be
lenses,
so easy to control. So easy to control.
and you know those people that have actually, what do you call it, the lens that go blur, what's it called, cataract, and then they
Cataracts.
replace the lens, and that lens somehow has a certain technology that it's a physical technology, but it's good enough that you can actually can see far and see near. It seems like you can actually um, change its degree as needed.
Wow. Is it already available? I want to go and do something about
Oh
my eye.
yeah, oh yeah. I
I
mean,
think
those
it's
people
going to be very,
that go
very
for cataract
expensive though for
surgery and
now.
things, they're actually replaced with another lens in there, and then your vision is actually perfect. You know? So there are, I've
No,
actually,
yeah, see, so it's access to technology, meaning you
yeah,
must have the capacity to pay for it.
yes,
The access means you have the capacity to pay for it.
Because now
Okay.
it's still very expensive, all these things.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
is still very expensive.
cost is coming down. Okay, cost is coming down as it goes mainstream.
Of course,
Okay,
of
Like
the
course.
LASIK last time, was very expensive. Then
yeah,
now when mainstream is so cheap, eventually it will come down. Uh, I just saw something. Sorry, I pause before I come back to you. Pause. I saw something from Yuan Chuan. He say
Yeah,
Boston
correct.
Dynamics is in the hands of SoftBank. Do
And do
you
you
trust
trust
SoftBank?
SoftBank?
okay. There's
Okay,
a there's a totally
What's the
no,
different.
wait.
story for
Pause. Pause.
SoftBank?
Pause. 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 Your information is outdated. It is no longer in the hands of SoftBank. Since December 2020, the company that's holding onto it, they are going to have a place in Singapore in the Jurong Innovation Center. Okay, this company is in Korea, South Korea. Boston Dynamics is now owned by this company from South Korea, and they're probably going to bring this to Singapore. I'm making a guess. They're probably going to bring some of this technology to Singapore in the Jurong Innovation Center, because this company is opening a big office in the Jurong Innovation Center. Somebody
Jurong
make a
Point.
guess. It's a big company. From everybody seems to know this one. It's a big company.
South Korea? Luckily not
Yeah,
North Korea. South
Douglas, you own a car.
What?
Oh, Samsung,
Yeah,
Hyundai.
yeah,
Hyundai.
yeah.
Oh, so now Boston
Hyundai lah.
Dynamics
I don't drive a
is under
Samsung.
Samsung. Hyundai.
I don't drive a Samsung. Okay,
Hi,
anyway,
Moi.
back to now, since we're talking about Samsung anyway, the communication device that Chuno was talking about. The other technology that's being advanced a lot, the other technologies that are being advanced a lot, okay, that has to do with our external world, okay, which is VR and AR.
Mm,
Okay, it's creating a lot of possibilities for us to interact with each other, okay, in ways without being with each other.
mm.
Okay, and when this technology become pervasive enough, okay, I think we can literally, we may even literally walk into places where telecommunications is built into the environment. Okay,
Okay.
so much that we may not depend on individual devices for communication.
Yeah, since you brought that up, I'm just going to highlight. I don't know whether how many people know this. Facebook is coming up with a metaverse. You know, Facebook, they're trying to reinvent themselves because they know that this social media that they have at the moment is just having too much issues. A lot of people are talking about them with all this misinformation and stuff. They know that it's not going to stay on for too long because they're just being bombarded all over the place. So they're trying to see where they need to go, and they're coming up with, on top of the digital currency that they're coming up with, okay, they're also coming up with the metaverse, okay,
The what?
and actually
metaverse.
Metaverse. I
And
guess
it's
it's
their-
universe.
It's
in
their
Facebook.
virtual universe. They call it the metaverse,
Okay.
and they have
Star Trek.
actually had a preview. They actually have a preview of what an office metaverse look like. You can actually be remote working from home, and then you actually can log in with their own device and Oculus and stuff, and then you actually can be in this metaverse as an avatar, and everybody is an avatar sitting in the office talking to each other. I mean, they actually shown preview when they launched certain things with Oculus. They actually shown it before, but recently they talk about the metaverse, and then they show the metaverse is no different from Roblox. You see Roblox, right? I don't know whether you all play the game Roblox or Minecraft or whatever. Oh my goodness, you need to go and look at what Roblox is like. Please, Roblox is what's going to be the metaverse going to look like in future.
Hey,
Okay,
hello. Hey,
was
you Gen X, and even the millennials. Okay, Gen X, Gen Y, millennials. Please wake up your idea. Okay, because so Gen X transition into technology, Gen Y were born into technology, Gen Z, Gen Z, which is 1997 to 2012, grew knew of a world. Okay, don't know of a world without technology. Okay, and the kids who were born, there's another generation now, no? Okay, the kids that were born after 2012, that means 2013. Okay, there's no endpoint yet. Kids who were born from 2013, that generation is called Generation Alpha. Okay, so and the thing is, these kids have so much access to technology. Okay, it's going to be the norm. It is already the norm for them. Okay, and with this access to we've been talking about access to technology, and when kids grow up with playing with this technology, okay, and their kids can train their robots or own their technology, okay, they're going to very fast surpass the people who don't, and that's us. Okay, that's us. Okay, Roblox, okay, was their training ground. Okay, they're familiar. Roblox was their training ground. These virtual worlds are their training ground. Okay, and they're going to
Roblox looks like
build
animated
realities.
Lego.
Yeah, it is. And
It
the
is.
future is going to be created. It's going to move this way. So if we in as Gen X's and Y's, millennials, okay, are not catching up, okay, we're going to be left behind very, very fast.
Yeah, and you need to
Because
keep and
technology, yeah,
and not just that, all the Gen X's whether you are in your 50s or you're in your late 50s, I mean your early 40s, you're in your 40s is Gen X, right? 40s or in your late 50s, you're all Gen X. Okay, in your late 50s also Gen X, you are still going to have years to go. Okay,
mm,
you can have 40 to 50 years to go. Okay, most of us are going to live to about 90 plus, especially in Singapore. They're going to live 90 plus.
I
Okay.
think
You're not
Chunho's
waking up.
voice is breaking up.
Junho's connection is not good. His screen is frozen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You are
shit.
We lost-
frozen in time. You will be a
Junho, we
Gen
lost
X forever. I mean,
Technology.
Gen X forever lah.
Yeah.
Hang on. Can you hear me?
Gone.
the bandwidth cannot catch up with him. He's moving too fast.
He's moving so fast that we cannot see him. Oh no!
Junho, we lost you.
Chunho needs to go out and come back in again. I think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny how we were talking about technology and technology sort of failed us.
Yeah.
no,
Revenge-
the technology doesn't
revenge
have
of
to be
the
talked about.
technology.
They're just like humans. They don't have to be talked about.
Okay, how is it now?
It's still
It's
bad.
just
No.
bad. I think
How-
we need to get out and come back in.
It's bad. It's bad. You're very laggy.
Yeah,
You're
your
very
screen is
lucky.
not moving at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but your
Come
screen
back,
is not moving at all.
You're bad. You're bad.
It's bad. Horrible, yeah. How you say it's bad? Yuan Chuan says that Yuan Chuan says that his wife has motion sickness.
It's
Watching it.
possible.
Would you get
It's possible.
metaverse? I guess so if it's real enough, right?
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting.
Even
So if let's say in the metaverse, I walk to my colleague's desk and look at his, let's say he or she wants to share something with me on their screen, so I can walk
How is
to
it?
their desk and see. Oh yeah, it's okay now.
Better?
No,
Yes.
it's okay now. It's cool.
Wait, let me see.
wait, Chuno,
Let me adjust my. I can
Denise is just taking a walk in
hear
the
you guys.
metaverse
Wait, let me adjust my volume.
colleagues. Yes.
He's lagging again.
Yeah, he's lagging a bit again.
He can't hear us earlier, so he has to adjust his sound.
Oh,
How is it?
it's okay now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pause. Denise was just wait. Denise was just taking a walk in the metaverse to her colleague's desk. Quick, finish.
Yeah. So now one of the issues that we have from working from home is that, I mean, you can share screen and everything, but sometimes it's a lot easier to just pop over and say, hey, like this, that kind of thing. So I'm just wondering whether in the metaverse, is that doable? If let's say I can walk over to my colleague's desk, like my little robot, right, my little Lego walk over, then after that,
No, it's
look
quite
at
real.
the-
It's quite real. You're
okay,
not
lah,
a
whatever
little.
that- yeah. So I will walk in, and then after that I will walk to my colleague's desk and let's see their screen and like point. Look at this. Look at this. This is changing like that. Would that work?
Well,
It will
maybe
be
in the
more than
future. In
But
the
right
future,
now,
that
not.
could
But
happen
right
as
now,
well.
not yet.
Not at the moment, not yet
Okay,
there
right
yet.
now,
But
okay.
yeah. But
I'm
anyway,
still-
I
I'm
was
still-
talking about,
Yeah.
especially in Singapore, where the medical facilities are so good and medical support is quite good. It is very likely most of us Gen Xers will going to live until 90 plus, if not 100.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
So
So a
if
long time more to go
Gen-
to compete with the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas. Okay.
well, even if you're not going to compete, you're going to live in this world that the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
millennials and the Gen Z,
Correct.
it will going to
Alpha.
build. Yeah,
It's
they are
either
going to
you
build
move
this world,
along or you get left behind.
and you're going to be left behind. So keep up. So if you don't know what's going to happen now, you have to keep up and see what's going on. Don't get stuck in just your work that you do. Don't just be focused on the work and your work. It's just going to pay you an income, but it's not going to deliver into the future of the world.
Or even the job may not pay you an income forever.
The job may not even
Okay.
exist so after a while.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Actually,
people
I'm
are so
thinking-
focused, and their work is their existing work is like, goodness, the work is bigger than that. Stop just being focused on your existing work.
But actually, it could be worth a thought to just focus on the work and keep up in the area of your work or industry or specialization, whatever that is, as opposed to keeping on top of technology in every single area, which is kind of not
True.
possible unless you're Chun Ho.
I think not
Hey,
just
wow.
technology lah, but just reading enough to know
aware.
what's going on outside. Yeah, just being aware. Maybe not like expert
Yeah.
lah. Yeah.
Well, I feel that it is necessary to ask questions about the future, if not on a broad scale, but at least the future of the work or the activities or the things that we do ourselves. Okay, whether the form in which we're doing is going to continue or is it going to be replaced by technology. Okay, and even that question alone is going to yield a lot of answers. Okay, but we've got to ask that question, because if we don't ask those questions, okay, then we will stay in our current reality, okay, that will change without us knowing it changing.
Okay. By the way, Yuan Chan has a comment. Maybe I should get a robot to do some work in metaverse, and I get to earn some digital currency.
Yeah.
Yuan Chan, my response to that is, Yuan Chan, the younger generations are already doing that.
Yeah.
You
They
don't
are
know what they are
already
doing in the
earning
cyberspace. They are already earning money in the cyberspace. Things are being sold in the cyberspace. Things are being transacted in
Yeah,
cyberspace.
hello. Wait. I'm going to say this. Hey, Yan Chan, you are one decade behind already. That question should have been asked a decade ago. You are lagging back.
No.
You are
It's very
lagging back.
sad now.
Okay, because
Even-
the Gen Alphas the Gen Alphas this year are 8 years old already, okay? And an 8-year-old kid, okay, today, okay, can do a lot more with technology than many Gen X's know how to. Okay, so you're already lagging.
So the
Okay,
best
So
bet,
even
Yan Chuan, is to have another
even
kid.
even before we had the metaverse, we have the games and all those things. People are really transacting, selling stuff. I mean, people
yeah.
play games and
Yeah,
all those things. Then
they
they're short of certain equipment and those stuff. People are really selling that.
one they
Mm.
even sell their
It's a
accounts,
virtual equipment, but
Yeah.
it's sold with real money.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Especially if it's rare enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Or
they're
they
doing work where
play
in the
their
virtual world. They're
yeah,
doing work in the virtual world, fighting
correct. And
monsters.
some of them they play their games until they get very high level and then they sell their whole account
Yeah.
Yes.
for real
I'm gonna
money.
for real money. You know that in Pokemon, because I play only Pokemon Go
Are
at
you
the
gonna
moment.
sell your
I
account?
tell
I'm sure
you,
your account will
Yeah, are you
one,
selling?
no, my account is going to be hot account. But I have known people who will held many accounts, and then after a while they play until they say they cannot handle so many already. When they sell, people are willing to buy because certain accounts have certain Pokemons or some rare Pokemons that they don't have. And if that Pokemon is not traded before, you can sell the account and then the person hold the account, then they can trade and then take over that Pokemon.
Yeah,
So it's already
for
being
real
done
money. Mm,
for real money.
Mm.
mm, for real
So you're slow
money.
already. Okay, catch up. Yan Chuan, catch
So,
up.
so I guess for Chunho, the best way is to read. For me, I realized the best way is to have friends who are very young. Like those like 20, 20, 19, 20, 20-ish, that kind of. Then you talk to them and then they like, oh, you know this? I say, I don't know, I go and see, But that's a very good way
Well,
for me to learn, because got high eye and that.
but the thing is
So
that
it's like,
Yuan Chuan
Yuan
have
Chuan.
kids, so has been starting to follow up what the kids are doing.
Oh yeah, Yuan Chuan. You
But
need
they
to
put their
leverage on
kids
your
into their
kids.
reality box.
No,
Yeah, you
one
need to
you remember
insert
one
yourself
of
into
the
their
kid.
metaverse. You need to mind his kids.
Mind my kids.
Well, one of the
Yeah.
from what I understood from Yuan Chuan previously, one of his kid, I think the eldest daughter, I think the
Yeah, the
oldest
elder
daughter,
son.
yeah, is doing online.
Yeah, but it's still very e-commerce. It's very physical, you see. But we're
Yeah.
talking about digital now. So maybe the youngest one. Who knows? Yuan Chuan maybe you ask him about Roblox. He's like, yeah, I'm so rich in Roblox. Then he show you his digital currency. You're like,
And Yan Chuan,
okay. I think you only study already. You're making money than me. It's highly possible, Yuan Chuan.
Yeah, but those who have kids actually can learn from the kids. I mean, keep up with the kids because they're going to teach you a
no,
lot
but
more
the
about what's.
problem is for a lot of parents, they pull the kids into their reality box.
Yeah.
And that stops the kids. Say, why you
Because
play
we
Smash,
know
Smash, Smash?
better.
Okay, that's not going to earn you any money. They
Because we
don't
know
know. They
better.
don't know.
Yeah. Because we are
They have
adults,
no
we know
idea.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And that's
morality and experience, yes, but technology
Yeah, and then the
wise,
parents, you know what the parents say? I eat salt more than you eat rice. Then you can tell the parent, salt is old currency already.
even rice is old currency, okay now. People don't eat rice anymore. Carbs is like the carbs is like the enemy of everybody. Now yeah, people eat Bitcoin nowadays.
Okay,
Okay, yeah. So I
last words.
guess last words.
Today's topic a bit chim. I'm gonna hide this.
That's why I said at the very beginning, it's out of my depth, a little bit out of my depth. But luckily we have knowledgeable friends.
Yes, I agree.
What's so cheap about it?
Okay, go, Chunho.
Maybe we are not as well
What?
read. Rachel.
Douglas,
I
go
think
first.
We need to read more.
Go first. Ask questions that we've never asked before. Okay, about a reality that we may have never known before. Because okay, that the new reality might spring up surprise, and we might be quite unprepared.
I don't think it's spring. I think it's trip you up.
Yep,
That's it?
That's it.
Very good. The shortest one ever. Good.
Okay, anyway, I just want to add to that is that the world is changing and the world is always changing. Okay, and technology is is improving so fast. The world we are moving into is going to change even faster, and especially this pandemic has shifted a lot of stuff. And next year is really the reopening year, and things are not going to look the same. And we just need to continue to keep up, uh, know where things are going. Because if you're not keeping up, we're just going to be lagging behind. Nobody is going to pull you along. Yeah, that's all.
Yep.
Thank you. My last words are, I need to have a kid and mind him or her. I'm just kidding. No, that's not my last words.
Yeah, you're going to
My
have a Gen
last-
Alpha kid.
Maybe by the time I have become Gen Delta already. No more Alpha.
Beta.
Beta. Oh my god, we didn't skip Gen Delta. Wow, that time I think clone already. No need to have kids. Just clone. Just clone. Delta time already clone. My last words are similar to keep up with the times, obviously. Especially, okay, this is from the view of a working adult who is employed. Sometimes we get caught up so much in our job that we forget that, okay, sometimes that we get so caught up in our job that we become very myopic. We only know what's going on in our industry. We only know what's going on with our customers. And then after that, we have no time and energy left for anything else. But it's not going to work. You need to look wider, read more, keep up with the times, because one day the company is not going to want you anymore, or you are going to retire. And then suddenly you are thrown into a world where you have no place because you don't know what's going on. And I think for me, that is very, very scary. So yeah, just keep up with the times, basically.
Hey, cool. Yeah. So for me, actually I don't know leh. Yeah, I really don't know, because even as you guys were sharing, right, I keep thinking, I don't think it's going to replace what I do yet. Not that I know of. And yeah, that feels so far away. But then just now, then the funny thing is, just now earlier we were talking about the where what's the first one? Where what money would be like in 30 years time. Then I went to add my age plus 30 equals to this. That was like, okay. So at that age, whether what will at my age, what will money be like? So okay, back to my last words. Those are my thoughts. I don't know what the future holds, but it's about growing together with the world. Because as much as there's a difference in technology, it is gradual in my view. Yeah, it wouldn't be overnight. Like even the vacuum robots and stuff, or the phone and stuff, it takes time. So it's gradual. So long as we remain a little bit aware, keep up, then should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there are a lot of people who don't, you see. They're so caught up in their everyday life, they don't. Then suddenly, by the time then it's not the robots are not just cleaning robots anymore. They are like cloning robots, probably by then. Clone my Delta kid. Okay. That's my okay, I guess this is it
That's
for
it.
us. This is it for us. Go have a alpha kid for other people. This is how you keep up. Have kids and mind them. So we're going back to our old parents' time lah. Have kids as investment. What a disaster. We were just saying last episode we shouldn't do that.
Hey, come on! What do you mean go back to our parents'
Repeat
time?
itself. Just in a different way. Okay, I guess this is it. We will see you guys 2 weeks later. If there's something else you want to talk about, except for minding your kids, yeah, we're open to it. Okay.
Bye, Nina.
All right. See you guys 2 weeks later.